Okay, hello guys. We are making our Unreal scene from our tools. I would like to start the video by saying that this is submission day, and I had my scene finalized, ready to hand in, and it got corrupted. Stuff happens. You just gotta push through it. So this was the most recent shot of my house, with the Ivy generator and the sign generator. This was the latest one I could find, just so we could show you kind of what we're shooting for. And we want to have this house in a scene. I spent some time yesterday making a scene. Here it is. Here's a little video. We've got nice movement. These are pixel trees. There's my house, and we've got a nice lighting setup. And then we also have a different one, which was here. This was a more dark and eerie lighting setup, which is what I was going for. So that's what we're going to be aiming for today. I've taken the liberty to start the scene and get everything kind of set up. Actually, I'll keep the PureRef ready in case I need to reference anything. So here's the new scene with the new house generation, and currently we still have our nanite trees, Quixel nanite trees, and we have my house, my guy, PCG set up, and we're working with this camera. So we're going to come out and we're going to see what this scene is running at first. 18 FPS. So I can quite confidently say that that is because of the foliage. Foliage is very heavy. Then we've also got my character. That doesn't really add any. We've got the house, and we have the fog. Okay, so very simple scene. So let's add the layers. We've got the landscape. We've got a little backdrop boxes that I've put in. We've got my character. We have old house. We're not using that one. We're using this one. And then we have the PCG. Okay, PCG adds a lot. That's a lot. So we have to start from the ground up because of the corrupted file, and I've scavenged what I can, but there's a lot that we need to fix. I'm gonna turn that FPS off. It's not a nice reminder. So let's go into our material. So from the ground up, we've got textures, check. We have meshes, check. We've got our downloaded assets. I just want to point out black older folder, field, plants, and light foliage. They are all downloaded assets. They are not mine, not to be marked. We have an audio file. These are downloaded audios as well. And then we have my master material folder, material function folder, material instances. All of the material instances got corrupted. So that's what we're going to use today. We're going to try and make some nice material instances. So first, we need to check our material functions and what they are referencing, because all the references got cut. So we need to check histogram scan. That's fine. No references in this function, so we can close that. Okay, the next important one, going in order, we've got custom rotator. This custom rotator references inputs. There's no references inside the graph, so that one's fine as well. then we have mf gust. So this references our mf. Let's get that up. We'll full screen this actually. So we need our custom rotator. Need to delete this, plug that in. Now we need to replace these. I just want to point out that this these material functions, the 3 material functions, and the material that I made, the blueprint, and I think it's pronounced emu. Let's see what it's called. A list. There's a list. Enumeration, I think, is what it's called. So these are all based off of a foliage actor, and I just remade it from the ground up so I could see how it worked and also alter it to fit my concept. So here we have wind direction, wind noise, wind strength, speed, tiling, and then I've added moss position, moss contrast, damage contrast, and season brightness, and the other 3 aren't being referenced in here. We also have texture samples that have been broken, so I might need to reference the original, but we're going to see how much we can do. See if I learn anything from doing this. Okay, so let's make sure that this is okay. We want to use my one. There you go. So hope you like the background noise. Keep it more interesting in case I go silent for a second. Okay, so now we need to reference the enumeration. I hope I'm not saying that with confidence and being wrong, but the enumeration, if we drag it into our graph, it now becomes a reference that is, so in this case, let's pick one. We're going to pick wind noise. Okay, so now this is referencing the wind noise float, as you can see here, float 1, and it's a collection parameter. So if we come into the MPC, we see wind noise. We can open that. So the wind noise float is 5, and the parameter name is there. Now this basically means 5, but if we use a blueprint, which is one of the more important parts of this, so we have our blueprint. This enumeration value can be changed in the blueprint in the scene as a universal value that applies throughout all of our materials. So for example, if I have 3 different trees, 3 different species with 3 different materials, I won't need to go through to each material instance and increase the wind noise. I can just do it in this blueprint, which is really cool, really strong. I've carried it on with my moss, just because I thought it would be a cool visual to be able to bring up my moss position. This is just used with a histogram. So we've got our moss position, our moss contrast, and then these are used in my master material to increase the moss drive, which, if you've seen the previous videos, is working off our red or yellow vertex colors. Okay, so this is our first script. Well, we can actually fix here as well. So there are some things that are broken here. So all of this looks fine. There is these values, which I might need to go back and look at to see what they were. But for now, we'll just do these ones. So if we click, this is, I think this one's mine, and then there's another one. So if I click, which is, yeah, so mine is game materials, and it automatically fills the parameter out if yeah, if they are the right enumeration. See, if I did the wrong one, it wouldn't fill that parameter out because there isn't a parameter name called damage contrast. Okay, there you go. So we can just compile this. We can just check our construction script as well. Yep, so just run global foliage, which means just run this function. And we can just check. We know where the actual ones are in case we need to reference them, but I would rather not until we have everything in the scene. So we've got wind noise, wind speed, null expression, and some expressions may be missing. Please close and reopen the material function. Okay. Apply. Save this and close this as well. Close that as well. Close this as well. Okay. Let's go back in. Custom rotator is check. Now I'm not sure if I put the custom rotator in the right place right now, but we can come back to that in a second. Okay. So I just want to check that these are actually showing the right noise as well. So we're looking for a certain outcome out of this end. So right now we don't have it. That's okay. We're still working on this. So this one has been broken. Okay, let's check this one. I don't want to get this one wrong because it is quite a foundational piece. So what was it? MS preset, material functions. Whoa. Wind gust. Let's see. They got theirs in the right place. So, oh, they have their make precise node. Okay, yeah. So this is, I think, if I remember correctly, a material expression custom. So this is a custom expression where you write the code. Make sure you select the right flow. So if I made one right now, we just need to type material custom expression or material expression custom, material custom custom expression. Let me see. Material expression. Okay. I guess I can just copy this one for now. I would like to know what the actual naming is though. Compiler? No, that's what it... Okay. We'll skip that for now. We'll just use this one. We can check. I think all of these are going to be doing the same thing. I think we use another one at a different point, but... Okay. So, let's get this one over. Important that we plug 3 of these. And where are we plugging them? We've got 1, 2, direction, tiling speed. Okay. Wind direction, wind tiling, and wind speed. There you go. It's good to make stuff like this from scratch. Helps you actually learn what's going on. Let's plug these values. Okay, break that one just in case that one's wrong. Okay, let's do a little double check. So nothing in rotation center, because I presume we want it to be at 0, 0 or 0.5 it says. Then we've got direction, wind, tiling. And there's a showing images, so we just might need to check. But that might be because we didn't have proper inputs. Nothing there, correct. Make sure that this is going into the A value. Yep, and then we can carry on. So everything looks okay for now. Okay. Saturate. Looks like we are getting a nice noise. Okay, so let's apply this, save. I'm gonna say that's done for now. I can't see any differences other than what's showing in these. But that just might be like a preview error. Okay, so next one. Let's get back to my ones. MF Wind. Okay, so MF Wind now uses MF Gust, and the Quixel version of the trees uses red vertex color and I think green vertex color. So mine is actually using a second UV. So instead of adding, so what they've got it set up as will be a vertex color, and then taking out red, and it probably plugs straight into the multiply, but we're not doing that. We're doing textual coordinate 1, so that's calling the second UV set of anything that's using this wind. So if I tried to use this wind on something without a second UV set, it wouldn't work, or it wouldn't work correctly. So let us correct our values. So I presume this is our MF Gust. Drag that in. And then these are going to be two more. Yeah, I don't want to say it confidently. Enumeration values. Oh, it's already got it saved as the correct one, so I don't need to remember that. And then we want to get our make precise again. Be cool if someone could tell me what that was actually supposed to be. I think Amiko helped me last time figure that one out. So we have a debug just to check, and let us, I'm guessing that we've got a plug something in there. Actually, let's just check, just because yeah, it is hand in. It's quite soon actually, and I should probably just get on with getting on. So let's find what was it? I think simple wind. Yeah, mine's named differently. Oh, did I fix it in here? Okay, we might just be able to use this one, because this one's using my vertex. Okay, is it using my gust? No. Let's see if my gust works in here. Where's my gust? Material function. MF Gust. See, the main upsetting thing about this was the fact that it had been working, and it got broken, which was quite upsetting. But and I've got a couple of hours to remake everything from the ground up. But it does look like my gust is working fine. We can check. For some reason, I don't get why this isn't real time on the preview. You have to give it a little click. Yeah, so we got our wind working. I'm going to leave this here just in case, because we are speed running through it, and there might be a little bit of broken. Okay, so let's save. Yes. So from our material functions, it looks like I know what so these ones are for post-process. We don't need to use those for now. This is referenced in our material, so it might need fixing, but it looks like it's fine. Oh, this is a different custom rotator. We're to, or is that the Unreal one? Okay, let us get on with it. So now we can move on to our materials and fixing these. So we've got M background, so that's for the blocks, it's just black. And then we've got M post process, so that we can ignore as well. But we do need to remake these three. So M bark and M foliage. Let's get rid of the one. So this is for opaque. This is for any atlases. So let's start with the bark. Okay, and we can also clean it up as we go along. So we need to fix these values. Moss contrast, and make sure that we're clicking the bottom one. Yeah, moss contrast, moss position. So let us say the global moss contrast is we need our histogram scans back. How many do we want? Okay. Oof, stop popping up. Jump scare. Okay, histogram scan. Let's check if this is working. So let's say our global position was 0.5 and our scalar parameter for the specific instance was also 0.5, then we've got our add. So the contrast would be 1. The same values over here. Our position would be 1. So we've got fully sharp moss. But if we bring either one down, so you do need to keep track of what the global value is, and if something is supposed to be more mossy, you just fix it in the actual material instance. Okay, so we just need to fix these from scratch. So let me just remember what is going on here. So our damage runs off of blue for the houses. And our okay, if this is bark, we actually need to set it up slightly differently because there are more things to take into account. So let us just get up these sections first. So position, contrast, plug that in here. Just from the way that they're organized, I'm guessing that's how it should be. And then we need another one, so position, contrast. Now we need to figure out, if this is for the bark, we need yellow for moss. And we're gonna do red and blue for the exposed bark, young bark, and then we've got green, which is we're just gonna use to increase the normal and the darkness a bit. Okay, so first we need to drag in all of the correct materials and make them into material parameters. That's going to confuse me. There you go. So we need moss. We'll just do it with base color first, just so that we don't get confused. We need to make sure that we have our bark base color. We need, maybe I'll just use wood tiling for now for the exposed bit of bark, and then yeah, let's just stick with that for now. Okay, so let's turn each one into an exposed parameter. So this is going to be the blue. I think this is bark. No, this is base albedo. This is going to be a little bit messy just because the hand in being so close, we do need to be quick. So we need to convert that to a parameter. This is going to be the moss albedo. And then this is going to be convert to a parameter, and this is going to be wood. These ones don't necessarily need to be parameters. I just think it's good practice for when you're making material instances. Okay, little typing ASMR. So, we are using, let's think, because we're using yellow for the bark, that is the combination of green and red. Now, if I'm correct, you need to remember the math behind this. So we have a step value, and I think we want to take, we can debug this afterwards, but we want to take our vertex color, and I think we want to put, wait, let me just read that. Okay, it's not gonna, let me see. Let's put red in the top, and then let's also put green in the bottom, and then let's multiply those together, and then we're going to get step again and put blue in the bottom, blue in the top for now, and then we're going to multiply that again. Okay, and then we're going to debug this. Probably should stick it on a tree, to be honest. Need to see if it's actually generating how we want it to. So let's get a little tree mesh that already has these values, like easy to see. Get close. Okay, so this big bulge here is moss. So we need that to be white, and we need everything else to be black. So if I set this up so it's small, if we just plug in the red times green value, that will we actually need to put the material onto the tree. I've only got one monitor at the moment, so this is I've gone from having two today to just having one. So a little bit harder to use. Check. Yeah, there you go. So apply. What is the issue at the moment? What is the issue? Bring us a value. Let's bring our directional light a little bit darker for now. Unless I've got auto exposure, then it doesn't matter. Let's just plug our red value directly into the base color, and there you go. Base normal texture. Let's give that a base normal to actually work off of. Otherwise, it's not gonna show us anything. I've got Buck Atlas. We can use Fusion. Nope, Buck Atlas. Oof, strong. Okay, let's see what that makes. Okay, so this is showing us all of the moss and all of the exposed wood at once. Now, if we plug this value in, it's going to make all of it, everything going on. So if let's do a little experiment. If I put this on the bottom, what does that make? Okay, no. I think the values are 0.1 here, 0.5, and 0.5. Now, if this doesn't work, it might just mean the way that I've put it in is wrong. So right now it seems to be showing me everything except red. So let's swap these ones. See what that shows. 0.5, 0.5, apply. What does that show? There you go. I think that is just the moss. We can do a little check as well by seeing if it's restricted to the bulging part of the tree, which it does look like. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's move on to making the, so that's just the yellow. If I was to, we can just plug the vertex color straight in, and we should be able to see that that bit is yellow. See? Which is pretty cool, pretty nifty. There might be a quicker way of doing this, but this is the math that I came up with to just get the yellow section. So yellow, I think, is the only combination color that I'm using right now. So that's the only awkward one. But now, the way that we could set it up is making just red. We don't really need that. We just need to layer our materials in order. So moss is last, and we want to use this input. So this is our moss control, and we want to plug that value in, and then plug this value into the base color. Now, right now you can probably see the base is already quite strict. So I think that is because I've chosen 0.5. So if I change this to be 0.1 and this to be 0.1, because this is like a greater than, I think it's a greater than or equal to node. I think that's how it works. So there you go. That's a little bit softer, and it's running through our global contrast. So there you go. We got the moss. We got the moss. Good, good, good. Now we need that to actually run through a LURP. So we can have it last. Yep. And no, let's make a new LURP because my organization skills confused me with that one. So that goes in there, and then we've got, we can make this big now. We don't need to see the scene. Got moss. Plug that into B because B will show anything that's white on the alpha input. Now we need to figure out what to put into A. So for A, we need bark at the base. So we can first just plug that straight in. But then we need another LURP, which is bark into A. That output into A. Then we need the red channel. The red channel is going to be our exposed bark. And then we're going to put that into here. So now anywhere that's red will show exposed wood albedo. Then it will show bark anywhere that isn't, and then the moss, because it's over the top, it will just override everything else. This histogram position I'm guessing I made for the red so that we could control that exposed bark a little bit better. So let's move that here. We can get rid of that LURP. Now, what other LURP have we got? We have a multiply by -0.5, and I'm guessing that is for the green. Yes, so this is so we can just make the growths on the tree a little bit darker. So we're going to plug that there, that there. And the multiply needs to be that input, and we do not need that anymore. Okay, so now we can get rid of these. We can get rid of that, and then last of all we got damage. We should probably use the damage for the red. That makes more sense. Yeah, just because it is damage to the tree. So we'll plug that one in. That's better. Okay. 4 hours to go. Just kidding. I feel like this video shouldn't be that long. Okay. I haven't got any reason for this at the moment, so I need to remember what that was for. You can probably tell how the materials have all been messed up. So let us make this look a little bit more, I don't know, organized, better laid out. And I think that's it for the base color for now. So I'm just gonna put, if you highlight all the nodes that you want and press C, it'll make a little comment box, and then this can be the bark base albedo. If we have time, we can come back. If we need to, we can come back to add like gradients and stuff. And then we'll get rid of that for now. So metallic 0, yes. Reflection, what is that referencing? Specular. Don't really need specular. You just turn that off. Leave that at 0.5. Roughness. Our tree does have a roughness value. So what we can do, because of how we've laid this out, we can just take these values. We can copy all these values. Over here. There you go. Let's just... I'm not sure if it affects performance if I have multiple references to the vertex, like multiple calls to the vertex information. But I'm just gonna copy it so that I don't need to re-plug all of that. So now we just need to replace this with the moss roughness. That you would hope was just where it also says moss. That's right, moss roughness. And then we need the base albedo. So this is bark. We need the bark roughness. We have bark height and bark AORM. So we need to take out the green and plug that in. And then we've got the exposed wood AORM and plug that into the green. I remember having to turn off. Wait a minute. Sorry, brain fart. I remember having to turn off our sRGB on this. Let's just check. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, that might need. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's the thing that needed the histogram scan. Did I delete it? I did. Okay. We'll leave it for now. That's just because that that value is way too subtle. I can correct it in the designer, but that will just take a little longer than me just correcting it in here with a little histogram scan. Okay, so now we've got roughness, base color, and for the tree it's going to be quite simple. We just need normal now. Yeah, Houdini automatically fills out some of the, like, so this was originally the Houdini material that got generated with the tree, so it's made some values that we don't need. So again, we can just duplicate this. Can I just paste again? Yeah, still saved to my clipboard. So I can bring that down, and then right now we're actually using the wrong normal map. I don't want to be using that one, so let's just get the moss correct. So moss normal, you can get the wood normal as well, but we actually need to for the base. Yeah, that's correct. For the base, we actually need to quickly go into my files and get the tree bark normal. There you go. Please ignore my naming conventions on some of those things. Okay, yeah. Am I not selecting it? Let's just drag it straight in. Ooh. Is it an issue? Have we got an issue with this? Unable to S. Okay. Oh, I can't even delete it. Delete. Ooh, how scary. After having your file corrupt, something like that is... okay. Let's just quickly go directly into the Unreal project and delete it manually. Hopefully this doesn't corrupt anything. Textures. Bark normal. Jump scare. No. Don't autosave. Oh, that's so confusing. Okay. Interesting. Quickly take this out so I can actually see what I'm doing. Have we actually got the back normal? Okay, I really hope that doesn't corrupt again. You can probably tell any type of lagging is really causing me anxiety with this. Like that would be horrible, but I would catch it on video, so I'd have really good evidence to get like an extension or something. Okay, so correct. We need to make sure that we have the correct naming conventions. You can also, this might be changing the naming conventions of the original ones. Yeah, thought so. Let's change this now. We just need to quickly redo that. So that's a little lesson. These are all the same parameter reference. So if you change one, it's going to change all of them. So you need to do something like change the name. There you go. They're all the same. They're all the original. Okay, so they're fine. So that's why we have little texture errors going on. Let's just get our content browser back up. Stuff happens. You just got to be able to quickly get back on your feet. One. Okay, that's the wrong one. We want exposed. There you go. We want bark, AORM, and we want moss roughness. I know it's not good for me to have moss roughness as like this while the other ones are AORM because it means it's inconsistent, but I haven't really got the time to correct it at the moment. I would definitely correct it if I did have the time. Just want to say that. Yeah, where's our moss? Have I got it saved as something silly? No. Oh, the other ones are saved as something silly. Okay. It should not be a shiny ball. Let's just check that is metallic 0 shiny or not shiny? Okay. Oh, we have no normal plugin. Okay, that makes sense. There you go. There you go, question mark. Let's just see what it's looking like. Actually, let me just delete. Why have I even got a metallic value? Okay. I'm guessing that it might be something to do with this normal. Or something to do with the alpha. Let's just apply and see what it looks like on our mesh. Looks fine. It looks fine, so we're gonna leave it. It's the exposed wood is really shiny metallic. I know why. Okay. Sorry, that was probably really loud. It's because we are using this, which probably isn't going down very well for our normal information. So we actually want it to be so that when it is blue, wait, let's find the blue bit. Oh, green, sorry. When it is green, we want to have a flatten normal. Still shiny. We can adjust this. Now this is the exposed wood, that's the issue. We're plugging in it here. Now let's just plug it straight from the red instead. No, okay, so it's not that the value is being pushed too far. And we are plugging in our green. So that should be fine. Is it specularity or I forget. And the base color is black in the preview, which is odd. I think it's because the preview is like a certain vertex color. No, that's just made it metallic, hasn't it? Okay. No, it's black. And it's black where? On the growths or on the exposed bits? No. That's the growths. Ah, okay. Not as confusing as we thought. Let's put these fires out as they come up, not leave them for later. So, the metallic value is 0. 0 is not metallic. It's just showing a very shiny result where it is green because we have a minus multiplier. What do we want this to be? Nothing. We're going to delete this. And we're just going to plug that straight. That looks correct. But also this value, which is the, can't really tell. Is that the green? I think so. Because blue's going up there. Green is dark, very dark. We want that to be like, I don't know. Sure. Hard to tell with the lighting, but I am guessing that we've got it. Now the last thing is the young bark edge. I think I have a young bark texture that I can slap on. If not, we can just give the edge a bit of definition. Yeah, I don't. Some of the textures also got deleted, but that's okay. So we need to use the blue value just as it is, and we need to make another LUP for the base color. Yeah. So we just add, and this is going to make sure we put it before the moss. So we get a LUP, we put this into A, that into B. I mean, by that I mean this. Let's just do another multiply. Maybe a base color tint. So we'll multiply that by a 3 vector that we can actually convert to a parameter and call, I don't know, young bark tint. And that is going to be blue. Blue. And by default, we want that to be like a high saturation dark brown, really. Depending on the species. Actually, yeah, depending on the species, this should actually be kind of like a grey blue. That's why it's good to have references. So let's quickly just find a tree that we should be referencing. I haven't got a reference in here. But we can probably find a tree that we can look closely at. I am taking quite a lot of reference from Ghibli. I don't know if you can tell, but the initial setup from the start of the video, that was supposed to be like a night and day inspiration from Princess Mononoke. Did that do anything? I feel like it didn't do enough. I don't know why I expected it to. It's very light. Let's make it really dark, just so we can actually see that it's working. There you go. You got nice edge. Okay, so the last thing is getting the wind. We need the cool wind. And I keep losing all of my tabs because I'm on one monitor. So we need to be using the world position offset. And we need to be using, have I got it in here? No. We need to be using our wind. material functions. MF wind. Are we using this one, or are we using? We're going to use a preset one because it's already been changed to match mine. So let us take. They called it something different. I think it's called simple wind. Yeah. And simple wind, we just put the one of these values. This is the debug. Let's do this one. Let's see what happens. And apply. Weird. That looks right. That preview is because it's using the second UV. So have we got any movement? We do. Is that the type of movement that I want? Maybe. We can tell by absolutely whacking the attributes, and that also means we can tell if is this my one or is this? Let's increase that strength. Ooh, no, that is bad. So I'm guessing we plugged the wrong one in. Let's try. It was looking very nice before. I'm seeing movement, I think. Oh, okay. This isn't. This one is not my blueprint because it doesn't have. Yeah, it doesn't have moss on it. So let's delete. Get rid of that and get my one in. Yeah, my one's not got the suffix. It's gonna work. Wind noise, wind strength. Speed. Okay, that's working. Wind noise doesn't seem to be doing anything. Wind strength doesn't seem to be doing anything. What about moss? Let's see if that's doing something. Moss contrast is on 0. Moss position 10. Ooh, not what we want. Let's bring that down. Ooh. It's not. Is it because of the contrast value? It might be because the actual this material is using precise values. So let's go check that. We want to go from this to 0% position, 0 contrast. Let's put these up to 0.5. Yeah, well, actually no, the other one should be 0.5, and then these get plugged directly into the alpha. Wait a minute. Okay, it looks like they cross over. I was just checking. Okay, let's put this at 0.5. And 0.5. Just to see what's going on. And also check this. So we do not want it being moss position default. Oh, wrong one. Default 10. That's crazy. Oh, moss contrast 10. No, okay. I don't know why either of them were coming across as 10. Unless it's in the blueprint that's responsible for them. Maybe setting them. Oh, yeah, this is probably something completely different, but still important nonetheless. I think the default value here for the moss is probably going to say 10. Yeah, there you go. Default is also let's put 0.2 because then it's not. And this is also 0.2. So right now it should be 0.7, 0.7. Also taking into consideration for the other stuff that we've done. And then let us check. Let's compile this. let us check against the global. What's theirs called? I have it in my scene, don't I? Nope, deleted it really aggressively. Global. I wonder if these need to have enumeration. They do. Ah, I'm so happy that it just automatically remembers instead of me having to figure that out again. Let's compile. Maybe that's why the wind. No, I thought that might have fixed it. Okay. Let's work backwards from the material. So right now we know for a fact, because I've seen it before with my own two eyes, that if the wind noise and wind strength is this strong, we should be getting some crazy movement from the tree. So we need to go into the tree and fix that value. Okay, yeah. So we're plugging this one in. Let's check that that's actually the right one really quickly. By going to the Quixel trees. Where are they? Black order, geometry, simple wind, order. Oof, it does not like loading these assets because they're very heavy, including their materials. This is why the scene was running like so slowly. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. It's the bottom one. Which one are we doing? Come back into black. Oh, okay. Maybe it is because we're using the wrong one. And let's see what we get now. No, that still really doesn't. That's not what it should look like. Let's work backwards. It might just be that. It might be that my wind gust is still funky. So let's plug in the one it's actually supposed to be. No. Not working. Save. Let's check through here. I don't see why this one should have any issues. It would have been great if I was able to use my one. Wind noise strength. Did I add in instead of using the... in my wind. Do a little side-by-side comparison, if I'm allowed to. Hi. Would you please? And that there. Okay. So this is the one that we're using. Yep. Oh, wait. Yep. Wind animation strength. Yep. Yep. Listen to the music. Okay, let's take my wind gust. Oh, it's already in here, and let's plug that in. Let's not use the. See, that doesn't look promising, does it? Check that. This is the same as this. Cow. Yep. Wind direction, wind strength. Referencing the enumeration. Is it referencing the right enumeration? That's a good question. Yes. Okay. Let's go one back. The wind gust. Wind gust. Up here. This is my one. That is their one. I should have given it a different name. Check. Got 3 hours. So. This is probably one of the most complicated parts of the whole process, though. To be fair, because I didn't realize that I had to remake this whole thing. It would be cool if I could figure out how to make like cuts in the video so that we can skip parts. Okay. It looks like that's all okay. To me, that looks all okay. It might be that these are referencing the wrong enumeration. It doesn't look like they are. Okay. And the make precise is fine. Everything's fine. They're showing the same visual. It could be that tree that I'm using reference doesn't have. It should, but it could be that it doesn't have second UV. This is my one. Check their one. They look almost identical. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's save. So, why is their preview showing that while my preview is showing this? Must be something going on causing that. Maybe a broken node. You guys might have seen it, and I just didn't notice. Just quickly check. What does their make precise look like? Black and red. Yes. Let's start previewing this node. Black. Let's see what my color is. Also black. That's promising. Okay. Object pivot point. Is this a material function? Okay. I don't see any reason why these wouldn't work unless same one. Okay. Let's preview. I feel like the next important thing is probably the simple wind. So let's start previewing this node. Okay, that's basically just the outcome. Maybe it's that. Nothing. Precise. Their make precise is red. Multiply. Found it. Okay. Unspecified function. How do I not see that? And also, no, that's it. It is just that. Yippee! Okay, let's see. Here's my tree. It would be funny if it still looks stupid. Yes, yes it does. Okay. Why is it waving like that? Maybe it's the tiling. Maybe it's just the combo. So let's just go to the global foliage and change the tiling. See, that doesn't look like it's changing anything on this. Go in. Oh! I'm still using the wrong one. Silly me. Okay. I want my one. And I want to be plugging result into world position. Yippee! I wonder how long that took. I feel like I should like stop the video and do a part 2. Or like actually check the audio is being picked up. Let's bring that, let's just revert those. That looks right. Just increase it a little bit. Yes. Oh my god. Bordering on panic attack on that one. Okay, so the foliage. So that's done now. We can leave that. I'll leave space for variation parameters here if we end up having the time. So I'll close this. I'll close everything that is involved. Is that saying save? Would you like to apply changes? Yes. As I was saying, no. That doesn't need anything. That doesn't need anything. We don't need to change anything. Okay, next point. Next point of order is foliage. Let's see how this was broken down. So we need a normal, we need the wind, we need to turn the wind on and off by option. We have all the variation nodes here. We need the initial branch. And then is there an opacity input? Yes. And that opacity is taken from the alpha, because this is a subsurface material, two-sided foliage. Okay. So this one should be a lot quicker. It should just be that I need to look up what have I saved it as. Let's look in the content browser. Textures. Oh, I knew that was going to confuse me. Textures. And we're going to take this one out. See, I've noticed an issue with this, which I'll point out in a second. So we'll plug that in, and we'll delete the original. What does this want? Oh, that probably wants the... What? Okay. I know what I've done wrong. So this actually wants to be the subsurface, which is funny because this definitely needs new naming convention. That's the opacity, that's the roughness, that's the normals. Now that is the subsurface. I will change those naming conventions in a second. I'm very sorry that you had to see that. Yeah, and then let's plug that alpha in. So the issue that I noticed was that possibly that the alpha channel in here is just not the right opacity, and that that I made a new one, and it might be the new one that we need to use. Okay, let's plug that in. Take that, put that in there. Are we? Oh, wind. That could be a funny joke that I just made. Let's see. Let's close all these so I don't get confused. Where is it? Functions. Wind. Where's my wind? Ciao. And we want to plug that result, and then plug that into what position. And let's just check by applying. It says that there's an issue somewhere. Let's find it. Here. So by what I can tell, we are multiplying that value by the subsurface to get a color. I presume that this is supposed to be season brightness. Yeah, it's already filled out. I forgot that I didn't have to refigure that out. So I'm not going to create any material instances yet because I'm a bit scared of them since it broke on me. Speak of the devil. Yippee, it worked. Okay. Let's just quickly test that on here. Check that everything's looking as it should. I chose this test tree because it has like a very big chunk there where you can see. The lighting isn't very flattering right now. If I turn the directional light off, it becomes very prominent. And just stick like a spotlight or something. There you go. That looks a lot nicer. Now we just need to check that the subsurface is working. Is this? Stuff is working. Doesn't really look like it. It might be that the emissive. Don't know if I'm supposed to be using an emissive value for this one. Let's just check quickly. I don't think I need to. Let's see what happens if I plug this into the emissive. How does that look on our little preview? That's quite bright. I feel like it shouldn't be that bright, but hey ho, let's check. Nothing wrong with experimenting with your materials a little bit. Okay. So this is a long part. Ooh, no, that is not right. Okay. Let's just get rid of that. We'll leave it as it is for now, because this still looks fine. Yeah, it looks like a tree. Looks like a bended tree. This is made with a little spline. You can probably see the path that it took. Okay. I am gonna end this video here and then make a second one because this is getting quite long. Okay. Cool. See you in the next one.